From the post-millennial, the DHS paints the U.S.-Mexico border wall black so it's too hot to climb. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem revealed Tuesday that the southern border wall between the United States and Mexico will be painted black as part of an effort to increase deterrence against illegal crossing. Speaking from Santa Teresa, New Mexico, Noem said the decision was more made to make the wall hotter under the sun, which would make it more difficult to climb. She also noted that painting the wall black will increase the lifespan of the metal. Noem emphasized that the request came directly from President Trump. If you look at the structure that's behind me, it's tall, which makes it very, very difficult to climb, almost impossible. It also goes deep into the ground, which would make it very difficult, if not impossible, to dig under. And today we are also going to be painting it black. We get a little video from Secretary Noem here.
Remember that a nation without borders is no nation at all. And we're so thankful that we have a president that understands that and understands that a secure border is important to our country's future. Now, if you look at the structure that's behind me, it's tall, which makes it very, very difficult to climb, almost impossible. It also goes deep into the ground, which would make it very difficult, if not impossible, to dig under. And today, we are also going to be painting it black. That is specifically at the request of the president, who understands that in the hot temperatures down here, when something is painted black, it gets even warmer, and it will make it even harder for people to climb. So we are going to be painting the entire southern border wall black to make sure that we encourage individuals to not come into our country illegally, to not break our federal laws, but that they will abide and come to our country the right way so that they can stay and have the opportunity to become United States citizens and pursue the American dream.
This is hilarious.
I'm surprised she's not wearing painter's overalls.
Right?
It's like paint splattered on
exactly.
them, like she just did it herself.
I don't know why. Yeah, she shouldn't be wearing this outfit. She should have been wearing overalls.
Who's going to be painting it? Illegal aliens? Or
no.
Criminal aliens? I'm sorry.
I don't imagine.
You know, what kind of
$20
an hour?
Might be robots.
Ooh.
Painting robots.
I mean, look.
She's going to paint it herself. I'm telling you. She's going to go
exactly right. Look, is this going to actually deter people from climbing the wall, though? Do you think? I don't get the sense that climbing the wall was a big problem. It seems far more common that you hear about people digging under the wall and tunnels, cartels moving drugs that way, as opposed
and people that way too through
Yep.
the tunnels. Absolutely.
An angle grinder. You could just cut that bitch down.
Yeah, I mean,
write a hole in it and you're fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how much of the wall has actually been built. I know that there are sections, but it's certainly not from the Gulf to the Pacific. No. That's not at all the case. So, they build it, but there's still a lot. I think that it's my sense that the effect of people not coming into the country anymore, like the amount of or the fewer numbers of people that are coming in, are because of policy and less because of physical barriers or what have you.
Because they know they're going to get sent away right away.
Yeah, I mean, the more you make it difficult for people to actually come in, and if you have policies that are like, hey, if you get caught, we're just going to send you out, as opposed to you get caught and you get a hearing date, when people know they can just disappear into the interior, that's the kind of thing that actually deters people, right? I mean,
well, and I mean, to me, this has been a problem like my whole life. We've never fixed this problem. People want to be in this country, and they want to be here, most of them legally. And I don't know why we can't, and why can't the Republicans figure out a way to give people an easier way to get work visas? And to, I mean, we did it in the past with Ellis Island, and that's how my family got here. I don't know why we can't fix this issue, because nobody wants the idea of the coyotes taking people, because all the coyotes are going to do, as in the people that are coyotes, they're going to throw up drones, they're going to see where the wall is built, and they're just going to find a way around the wall and go a different direction. And you have people being human trafficked because they want a better life and they're desperate. We should do a better job of making it easier for people who are desperate to have a better life to have an appointment, to do the paperwork, and to be here.
Well, I have a different take on immigration personally, but you were going to go ahead.
Back in the day, Ellis Island, what they had like 5,000 a month or something crazy. Not a lot. Now we have Joe Biden's 10 million in the last couple of years, so it's a lot harder, a lot more people, a lot more. You need a lot more infrastructure. I agree with you. I'm okay.
Yeah,
with
a lot of mismanagement over decades. Yes.
So that's a challenge when you're trying to have people come in legally, and then you have this ginormous amount of illegals coming in. It's tough to make it work together. Which is tough. It's hard. They can make it work. No, they can't make it work.
I always thought that
will never be able
the difficulty to get here was a feature and not a bug, because they wanted the people that could afford it, and they wanted people to bring the best and the brightest here.
Yeah.
If it's super easy for everyone to get in, then it becomes a detriment to the country, because the people who come in become a net negative for society, rather than if you make it more difficult, more expensive, the people that come in are going to add to the economy rather than detract from it.
Like brain drain.
And that's kind of interesting, because like you said, you worked under the Bush administration, and it's in my lifetime seeing the way that politics has changed on the topic of immigration, with both Republicans and Democrats at least paying lip service to the idea of fixing the border back. I mean, even Obama did in the early days of his first term, talked about strengthening the border security and things like that. And then 2016 rolls around and it's changed completely, but it's a much more polarizing issue because it's now downstream from the race issue. And how different was it back then? Was that even something that was really talked about a lot during the?
Not really as much when I was there second half of the second term, so other things were kind of going on. But I mean, I remember growing up, like Reagan deciding to do amnesty because we were then going to fix it, and then we didn't fix it. And we have to come up with the right way, and I think you're right to be able to say, look, we have room for X number of all these different skill sets, all these different backgrounds, and we have to come up with a way to, if people want to be here legally, to figure out how to make that work. And you see other countries, it's very hard to immigrate there. So like, for example, Italy, you have to pass an Italian fluency test. You have to show that you're going to have work to do. You have to show that you're buying property. So to your point, there's different policies that are applied. We have to figure out in the United States, what do we want to be, and how do we welcome different walks of life, and how do we do that in a way where they can be legal and not be in the shadows? Because if we don't fix this issue from a policy perspective, like you said, there's a deterrent right now, because we say if we catch you here illegally, you will not be allowed to apply for legal immigration. But we have to find out, who do we want to be as a nation, and then figure out how are we going to, from a policy, allow people to be here legally or deter them from trying to be here illegally. Because there is human trafficking and suffering that goes on because we haven't made up our mind what we want to be.
Well, I mean, so to that point, I do think that the American people generally have an opinion that is fairly clear, or at least the majority of them do. When it comes to illegal immigration, people don't like it. And people don't want to have illegal immigration. They want to make sure that the border's secure.
Yes.
They understand the risks associated with illegal immigration, whether it be human trafficking, drug smuggling, possibly smuggling terrorists in the United States. And when you're dealing with probably 15 million or so in 4 years, you're talking about the possibility that a foreign country could have smuggled a literal army into the United States.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
And America's the only country, because of the way politics are here, mostly from the left, that is, they're not. Every other country is allowed to act in their own self-interest when it comes to immigration policy. America is the only country where you're supposed to be allowed to be here just by virtue of America existing and other countries not being as good as America, which is also being propagated by the people that are saying that America is awful. The people that are saying America is awful are telling you that these people coming from these other countries should be able to come to our supposedly awful country because it's better than the country they live in. But whoa, you can't call their country awful because it's racist to do so. And I think that there's a lot of people that are just fed up with the double standard for a lot of that stuff. And with the way, this whole thing came up last year with the H-1B visa discussion, with Elon Musk and Americans being fed up with how they feel feel that work is being outsourced in a lot of ways on top of all that. And it has been a very, very long time since Americans have been allowed to put their own interests first. And it's like, look, we've got 10,000 issues we need to figure out in this country. We'll worry about, legal immigration being a more, we're going to focus on the illegal immigration now. Put a stop to that. We'll focus on getting other people the opportunity to come here once we secure everybody else in this country. And I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with it. I get the perspective of people that want it. And I do believe that. I think one of the most important things about legal immigration is that it encourages people to come here that actually do have a strong desire to be here and they want to hold American values and all that that represents. But right now, we've got a lot of bigger fish to fry, or at least it feels that way to me.
We do. And I will say for people who came here the right way, filled out the paperwork, paid the money, did everything, became citizens, they have said they don't like the idea that people are here illegally and that they can jump in the front of the line.
Yeah.
Peggy Noonan wrote an op-ed on this many years ago where she said, the reason why illegal immigration, one of the things that's really bad about it is the first thing the person has done is they've broken our nation's laws.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that the American people are generally on board with. They want to see the immigration situation fixed. And to be fair, like, Donald Trump has really done a lot to fix it. Like, if the Trump administration standard were the standard for the past 5-6 years, we wouldn't be in the situation that we are now. We wouldn't have probably 15 million illegals. There wouldn't have been almost 500,000 people trafficked here every year for the 4 years that the Biden administration was in power.
There was a gas station down by the castle that was owned by this family from Tibet, and they would show me videos about people getting caught immigrating here illegally, and they were pissed. Like, they did not like it. They did not support it because they spent, a good amount of all their family's capital to get them here so they could start a business and be, upstanding members of society. So that's also, again, there was did you see the post the other day on X from like PBS that was like X amount of percentage,
God, I couldn't believe it.
Support immigration, and everybody knew that it was weasel words BS. That did you actually ask them, did they mean illegal or legal? But that's just more of the same garbage that we're getting from the media. It's why people don't trust them.
The left loves using we're a nation of immigrants. Nothing against Ellis Island, but that's very false. A lot of folks moved here from European lands to get away from religious persecution, but also to colonize, to expand themselves, to expand their future, not to be some multiculturalism state or land. They came here because they want to spread themselves and their family. So they're not here being an immigrant; they're colonizing. We're a nation of colonizers, just like Europe and England. So the lie of that we're a nation of immigrants, sure, whatever, but that's not true. You can say that, but it's very false because people came here because they wanted to be something. They wanted to venture and be forth and, love life.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're coming to the United States because you want to do something and you're in a place where you don't have the economic freedom or you don't have the ability to do it, that's one thing. But if you're just looking to come to the United States so that way you can make an economic, you can get onto some kind of support plan that the federal government offers or whatever, that's not the kind of person that you want in the country at all. And it's not racist to say we don't want to take people into the country just so they can get benefits from the United States. You look at what's going on in the UK right now, and there are a lot of people they're not going there because they want to be like the people in Great Britain. They don't look at themselves as anything other than economic migrants. They're going there because they can get on to the benefit rolls and they can get something from the country. That's it. And they tell you that. They don't go there because they think Britain is this great place. They don't go there because they believe in the history of the British Empire or because they have some kind of affinity for the royal family or anything like that. They go there because of the benefits.
It may be actually anti-royal family from some of the YouTube videos that I see.
It seems so. But that is something that is abhorrent to a country that is a free country or ostensibly a free country, right? You don't want to have people that are coming to the United States just because they're looking for an economic benefit.
And that era of immigration, the Ellis Island era of immigration, it's from a time when there was America was seen as something to aspire to, and there was a lot of values that we all coalesced around that's largely been disbanded as this country's kind of become more fractured, whether it's on demographic change, political change, different ideologies. People don't have that same, melting pot view of what America is to coalesce around as a place where everybody can come together under the banner of the United States of America. We're largely fractured now, so all of this stuff gets infinitely more complicated when you don't even have shared value system.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.